Welcome in. It's another edition of the two-man game. I'm Espo. He's Flex. We're running it like nobody else in the business around here. And today we're talking about the final 23 games of the Phoenix Suns season. And Flex, I think it's plain and simple right now. The playoffs have started for the Phoenix Suns, and that's what these 23 games are. For me, you look at it, and this group, I'm just going to say it.
Talk to me.
I think that they probably get bored easily and throughout this season. And when you're constructed like this, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because you're built to win 16 from April to June.
That's right.
And I think what will happen now is these 23 games and the way they're constructed will force this team to lock in as if it's the start of that run.
Couldn't agree more. Talked about it yesterday. When you build a team this good with championship aspirations, it's hard to get up for some of these games. I mean, just naturally. Like, I know there are people that are going to push back on that, Espo. And they're like, nah, man, they pros. Nah, man, they got to be focused every night. Nah, man, they got to go out there and dominate. And that's just not reality. That's just not reality in this new NBA. With the type of talent we have and the personalities, these guys are more worried about the 16. They don't care about the 82. They care about the 16. And I was told something a long time ago. One of my guys said, hey, man, don't run from fear. Run towards it. I live by that. You know, I ain't running away. I'm running towards it. If I got an issue, the Suns right now, they had the toughest schedule in the NBA, correct?
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
I've heard a lot of people hit me up and say, man, Flex, the schedule's tough. It's coming. We got to watch out. I'm scared. And I want to urge y'all, don't be scared. The Suns ain't scared. They're actually looking at this as an opportunity, saying, you know what? We control our own destiny, brother. Let's go out there and get it done.
Yeah,
how you feel?
Well, and we'll break that up. I understand some of the thinking of, well, you can't just not take 82 seriously. I understand some of that thinking, and I'll say this. In November and December, I was there because we hadn't seen what this team was capable of. January and February gave you a view of what this team is capable of, and it made me feel better. Kept them within striking distance for this final run.
Right.
And that was where I felt that way. But I get when you're built the way this team is, and you're really, it's championship or bust.
Yes.
For this group. You were put together to win. And I know not every team is put together to win the way this team was. This team was put together through these trades and acquisitions to win this year or next year. So I get it. And we talked about 23 left, 15 against the West, 8 against the East. But it's 18 playoff teams and only 5 non-playoff teams.
I love it.
These games. Granted, some of them you're playing the same team multiple times, but 18 of these games are against teams in the playoffs, right? So this is the time to sharpen what's going on with your team. For the Suns to hone in and move up because they're playing games against the teams ahead of them in the West. There's 8 of them, right?
Yeah.
And they have, I believe you got 3 games against the teams directly behind you and the Pelicans and the Kings as well. Yeah. So what you have the opportunity in front of you is to move yourself up in the West. I mean, to the point where you could be sitting in, I think first is probably tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
But you could be sitting second, third. Yeah. Definitely. Fourth is beyond
it's right
there. With this remaining schedule. And that excites the hell out of me. These last 23 games are probably going to be the most fun we've had this whole season.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. You said we got 8. I want to say they're in sets of 2s. 2, 2, 2, and 2. Correct? And I want to say it's Minnesota, OKC, Clippers, Denver.
Yep.
Okay. So I mean, you couldn't script this better. Like, here's what you want as a pro athlete, as a competitor. You want an opportunity to control your own destiny, right? How many times are you in a spot and you look and you're saying, okay, we got 15 games left and we're X amount of games out, but we don't play those teams.
Yeah, you got to get help from everybody.
Got to get help from everybody else.
Which is a shit position to be in.
It's a terrible position to be in because you're sitting here and you're like, okay, We won. There was, let's talk, I just want to take us a little curveball here. This is the 2-man game. We talk about everything. Let's talk baseball for a second. Okay. Everybody knows I'm a Yankee fan. I'm from New York, New Jersey. I'm a Yankee fan. There was a couple years ago, the Yankees were chasing the Rays. And the Yankees won 18 out of 20. Right? But they didn't play the Rays anymore. And the Rays messed around and went 19-1.
Yeah.
And so they gained no ground.
You lost ground.
You lost ground. It's like, yo, we can't play any better. But guess what? We don't control our own destiny. As long as they keep winning, what we do doesn't matter. That's the beauty in this situation. The Phoenix Suns are sitting here saying, we have an opportunity to chop away at everyone.
Yeah.
Two versus, again, Minnesota, OKC, Clippers and Denver, everybody above. If my math is right, you're 3 games out from the Clippers currently right now, okay? You're 4.5 from Denver. We got Denver on Tuesday, okay?
And then you have them again later in the month as well.
You got them again later in the month, okay? I'm just looking at this, and I know I can say this emphatically. With the conversations I had behind the scenes, I can emphatically tell you, and we talked about this a couple days ago, this team has recognized the moment they're in. They recognize what's in front of them, and I'm telling you, they're almost giddy about it. They're like, okay, this is the playoffs before the playoffs, and we get to be hunters, not hunted. Let's go do it.
Which is huge. Because coming into this year, you did not ever think this team would be the hunters.
There you go.
And they get to go out now with the national media not expecting much of anything at this point. I mean, we watched the ABC game against the Lakers. They were crapping on them both pre-halftime and post,
That's
right?
That's right.
Even after getting the win. So they're somehow this team that was supposed to be the favorite now has no expectations across the board, even somewhat in this town too, because people have really turned on things whenever there's a loss. So to me, you get in that position, right? You now are hunting. Yeah. And when you've got Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, this is a group. I'm sorry, you put them in a hunter position, you're in trouble. And they did that, and now this opens up. To me, I'm not having my nerdy boy go in a club trying to tell the girl I'm interested. I go do it. And I got the opportunity to do that for myself now if I'm the Suns.
You go do it.
Yeah, I look at it and I go.
You ask for that number. Yeah, you say, I want that number.
Yeah, I want home court. I'm taking it.
That's
right.
It's
not anybody else. I don't have to rely on anybody else. If I take care of business, I wind up where I want to be. And that's what these guys have in front of them. Yeah. And I think that's what's so intriguing. You can put the rest of what's happened before this behind.
Yeah,
right?
and here's the thing. There's 23 left, Espo. I've broken this down to a science. Like, I've literally chopped down every damn game. And I will say this. The first thing I need people to chill out with is don't zoom out. Stay in the moment. We got Houston Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. Do yourself a favor. While you're watching the Suns have tonight off, watch who's playing. Watch who's playing who, okay? When you got Houston tomorrow and the Suns handle their business, watch who played and lost tomorrow.
Well, it's scoreboard watching time.
It's scoreboard watching time, and the irony of it is that the teams above and directly below are starting to run right into each other. And so the timing couldn't be perfect. You control your own destiny. That's all you can ask for. I'm telling you, listen, the next 13 are going to be a lot of fun. And out of the 23, I'm going to break them into 2 segments. You have the next 13 that I think are extremely manageable. And when I say manageable, I'm looking at these next 13. I'm saying there's only a few games that I personally am chopping as a loss. And that's weird because I think this team could beat anyone. But I'm going to say, okay, couple losses. To me, the stretch everyone needs to kind of lock in on is the last 10.
Oh,
starting on March 27th.
It's a murderer's row,
yes.
that last 10.
Yes, that last 10 on March 27th is when it gets real. But I think what you do in the next 13 is going to dictate how you approach those last 10. Because if you go out there and you handle your business in the next 13, and now you got the momentum, and you're on fire, and you're feeling good, and you got your swag back, and you're healthy. By the way, I don't wish injuries on no one, Espo. You know that. I've had 3 major back surgeries, all from basketball. My body has gone through it. So I do not wish injuries on anyone, but the Phoenix Suns have dealt with a lot of injuries this year.
And most other teams haven't.
Most other teams haven't. You know what's starting to happen. I'm not going to say any names, and I'm not going to point out any teams. I don't like that juju, okay? Pay attention, folks. There are some other teams directly above us that are starting to have issues. And they're not minor issues. They are significant issues that can impact things. And you start to wonder, are the basketball guys on our side? Did the basketball guys say, man, have all y'all issues early. We're going to get y'all right when it works. And yeah, what y'all went through, other teams are going to go through. So yeah, I'm excited about this time. Again, I want everyone to be healthy. I don't wish injuries on anyone. But at the end of the day, my man Perk gets on TV every night on ESPN. And says, don't talk to me about injuries because injuries are part of the game. So don't change the goalpost now.
Yeah, but they always do.
They always
do. And you know what? What I like about this team is I don't think they give a shit what anybody says.
Nope.
They do not care. They've been in that, what does LeBron say? That 0 dark 30 that he goes into, right? They've been there since game 1. Yes. I don't think they've given a crap what any national person says. What we say, because they know what they're here for. They know what they're expected to do, and either they're gonna accomplish it or they're not. But they don't care what that national narrative is. And the final 10: Denver, OKC, New Orleans. Well, that's the final three in March into April. I mean, it's Minnesota, then it's New Orleans, then it's the Clippers, then it's the Clippers, then it's the Kings, then it's Minnesota.
I love it, man.
I mean,
I love it.
That's everything right there.
That's everything, man.
I mean, even if you have a few missteps in the next 13, you still have everything right in front of you in that time. Yes. So this is going to be the best period of basketball that we've seen all year, and I think they're finally up for the challenge because their starting lineup with Bradley Beal in it has the 3rd best net rating in the entire NBA.
Yes.
Right. This team, when healthy, is good. That lineup with Royce O'Neal, even though it has limited minutes, also has a great rating. This is a team that's prime for, they had that minor setback at the beginning. They're ready for a major comeback. I think the time is now. Any final thoughts you got on this?
Yeah, listen, I'm giddy. Because I'm really excited about this, man. I said something on the show the other day, and I'd be remiss if I don't bring this back up, especially on a 2-man game. Me and Espo diming each other up. You know what I mean? Listen, I said something the other day. I was a little pissed off about the loss to the Rockets, right? And I said, you know what's going to happen? They're going to beat the Lakers today. They're going to beat Houston on Thursday. They're going to beat Houston on Saturday. And they're going to beat the hell out of OKC on Sunday. That's what I said. I'm doubling down. They'll win Saturday. They'll win Sunday. And then let's let it go and let it go in Tokyo, like Rocky. What was that? Rocky 5, Eric?
Who knows?
Was that Rocky 5?
One of the Rockies.
My man George Washington Kane. He said, letting it go in Tokyo. Yeah, we're going to let it go in Denver on Tuesday, baby. I can't wait. And I had a nice conversation with my man Eric sitting right there yesterday. We went at it before the pregame about them Denver and Phoenix Suns. So let's go Tuesday. Espo, I'm excited. How you excited?
Sunday's the statement game. And I'm
Sunday's
excited to.
And we there, right?
Yeah.
Are we in the house at the takeover? Get y'all tickets because we undefeated for the takeover. So get y'all tickets.
It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It's been the 2-man game. He's setting the picks, rolling the hoop. I'm throwing it up to him. He's flex. I'm Espo. We'll catch you next time.
Peace out.